All right, we're back in this kitchen. I always had a good sale on butter, and I had some butter in the freezer, but they had a pretty good sale. They had the sweet cream salted butter and then sweet cream unsalted butter for $2.49 a pound, or 4 sticks of butter for $2.49. So I'm gonna mix half and half. The unsalted and salted, and can some up. I think I'm going to do them in maybe 2 batches, and then leave some of the sticks because I like to just do the use sticks of butter as well. But the canned butter, I don't know, it's just the flavor's more intense. I really like it a lot, and at $2.49 you can't go wrong. So I'm going to get started on getting everything opened up and put into my stock pot. This pot has a pretty heavy bottom, and you want to do it on like a low heat, to avoid your butter burning or, sticking. So that heavy bottom pot is really what you want to use. So I'm going to get all the butter opened up and into the pot, and then I'll be back. I decided to do it all in one batch. I got it on the lowest setting of heat possible, and constantly stirring because you don't want it to burn on the bottom. So you want to keep moving it. Anyways, I think this is what I say, 10. This is about 20 pounds of butter here. So let me get back at it. I kept it on the absolute lowest setting to get the biggest chunks out. There's still a couple of, you see. But for the most part, it's all melted down. I've turned it up just a hair. I'm going to slowly keep turning it up so I don't burn it. So it's starting to break on down. Are not quite at a sturdy simmer, but we got the foam that's starting to cap off the top, and we're gonna just scoop the foam off here. We'll still use this foam. I still use this. I just don't want all of it in my can jars. We've been stirring, man. So we're gonna remove this foam, and it looks like we're starting to come up to a little simmer boil on the bottom. We're gonna, I'll get back when it gets about there. Let me show y'all what that pot look like. Won't be long now. We got our hot jars in the oven. I got my pressure can of water heating up, and got my lids warming up a little bit. I believe we're about where we want to be with this hot butter. Let's get these jars out, and I'm going to do 10 to start. Turn the heat off. Let's see. Oh, I won't need all these out at one time. We're just going to do 10 to start. 9, 10. Ooh, these jokers be hot, boy. You have to be careful. Don't let it bite you. Oh, that's 9. I believe that's going to give me my 10. All right. We're going to bring this over. Oh, my goodness. All right, we got that off. I kept dipping foam off the top the whole time. This jar is probably about 3/4 full of foam. All right, let's get going. We done put it off long enough. We got to get going, baby. These jars is hot. This butter's hot. We'll slide up a little bit closer.
Another thing I wanted to add about this butter, if you're going to pressure can this butter, then you can easily make a delicious garlic butter. All you would have to do is drop maybe like a fourth of a teaspoon
Listing
of
the
some
Homestead Heart.
minced garlic.
I done watched me a few little. This is not my first time canning butter. This is my first time canning quite this much at one time. Let me turn this volume down a little bit.
And then you'll have yourself some garlic butter.
Just me, Coco. Alrighty, we're gonna leave inch head space in our jars. And stir and make sure we get equal parts fat and oils, or solids and oils. To 1 inch line. All right. I'm gonna take that out of there. It's in my way right now. There's no official approved recipe or method for canning butter, so do it at your own risk. But I just think the flavor and everything is just, like I said, I've done it once before. I haven't had any problems. And the flavor is just so much more intensified in the canned butter. I don't know what the heat and the canning does to it, but it do something to it. Just a whole different flavor to me. Butter already good. If you can imagine butter being better. Better butter. They say pressure canning it is which is what I'm going to do. Makes it shelf stable for up to 5 years. So I'm doing this huge big batch. I shouldn't have to mess with butter for a hot minute. You want to make sure you clean your rims of your jar really good with vinegar. Make sure to ensure that you get a good seal. But I had to come out of the crochet hat, and I tell you what, now Jackie's getting hot up in here. No hot butter. Like I said, I'm gonna do 2 batches. Might be 3, I don't know. We'll see. My Presto canner, it's 16 quart. It holds 10 pint-sized jars. 7 quart size. All right. Getting down to the last ones here. And then, so I'm going to pressure can these. I probably already said it for 75 minutes. And then, once the jars cool down enough to touch, you have to go by every so often and shake them up so, you know, your butter sets off, you know, all nice and evenly. You don't have, solids and oils, separated butter. You want to shake it up every so often as it's setting, so it sets all together. Make sure you keep stirring as you're dipping. Scoot you that. I was going to do this in 2 batches as far as melting the butter. I'm glad I went ahead and did it all in one because it took quite some time. I started out like really super duper low. I'm talking about like low on low. And then I cranked it up to maybe about 2. And then towards the end there, I cranked it on up to about 5 just to get it to that, get it hot all the way through. And you got to constantly stir. Stir, 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 because you don't want to burn and you don't want it to stick. All right, we're done with that. I still got about a half a pot of butter. I got my vinegar here. We're going to wipe these rims off with the vinegar. Make sure you get them good and clean. You don't want to do all this work and then have an improper seal. It was some work. I'm thinking I'm going to end up with maybe 20 jars roughly. I'll let you know towards the end. Make sure you get each one. Butter, meats, and all that stuff is oily, so you need to use vinegar to clean your rims. Oh, it smells amazing. Woo, getting hot behind the ears, boy. Tell you what now, Jack. And you want to make sure everything's hot. Jar's hot, butter hot, your canning pot hot, everything hot. All right, I'm going to go back and just do a dry wipe. All right, I think we got them all, didn't we? All right, going in with our lids. Better get away from you, girl. All right. 10 of them. Just finger tight. Them jumps is hot. Just finger tight, don't wrench it down. Isn't that beautiful? Woo! There's some different methods. Some methods they pressure can. Some methods they don't can it. Water bath can. They don't do anything. Just do this and let them set up. You what? Now them jokes is hot. We're gonna go right into the canner. I like to go opposite and start where I was, like that. All right, we're gonna end it right about here for right now. I'll once I set my canner and get everything up to pressure, we're gonna go 75 minutes, and I'll get back with y'all at that point. All right, last one. Let's make sure we don't like to crowd them. All right, make sure your vent hose and everything's opening the way it's supposed to. Line up your arrows, lock her down. I like to turn it up high to vent out all the extra air. We'll be back and we'll be pulling the jokers out. All right, I think we're gonna go ahead and pull them because we got this second batch to do. I've turned it back on to get the butter back heated up, and turn the jars on in the oven to get those back heated. And I got me some, like I said, I always flip that away from you. You don't want that steam coming up in your face. All right, let's pull them out of here. I think they've, there's looks like only a couple that haven't actually sealed in the canner already. You want to put you some kind of mat or towel or something down. You don't just want to put it on the bare countertop with the temperature change and all. So we're going to pull all of these out, and then like I said, once they cool, we're going to go to every one of them when they're, you know, cool to touch, and we're going to have to keep, you know, flipping them up and down. There it goes. Flipping them up and down to, always startles me. Flipping them up and down to make sure the milk solids blend well with the fats and everything's, you know, equally distributed throughout the jar. I think they all sealed. This was a 10 round batch, and I think the next round it may be 10, maybe 8. I'm not sure, but I got enough to do 10 if it is 10. This is hot as heck, you best believe.
At this point, I say cover it with the blanket, but you really don't want to cover it with the blanket. You want it to cool down as soon as possible so you can get to shaking and distribute, you know, make sure your stuff settles evenly. Anyway, back to the video.
It's hot now. Anyway, I got one more round to do. These are all sealed. Awesome. I'm happy about that. I'm going to get them covered up, and we're going to start this other round. Probably won't film that, so you guys take care. We'll see you next time. So, as I was saying, you don't want your butter to set as is out of the canner. You don't want it to sit like that. So every so often you want to come through and just give it a shake. So everything gets dispersed throughout the jar. Your end result, you know, you want it to solidify, you know, not in layers. So So every so often, once it's cool enough to touch, just come through and give it a shake. All right, I think I'm gonna end it here for real this time, and we'll see y'all next time. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.